Welcome my beautifuls. Today we are going to do a short standing flow. You may wish to have a block, so if you want to grab one, go grab one and meet me at the top of your mat. So we are, as always, I like to come to my mat and just either have like a little shake out or just a little bounce, just to arrive and come into this space like, okay, I am ready for some new energy. I'm going to cultivate some inner power in this session today, because that is what we are going to focus on as we flow through this and just bring that power and energy through your body. So if you want to come and bring your feet together at the top of the mat and just feeling them almost sinking into the mat and feeling that pull into the earth as you ground into this moment right here. And we're just going to come into Tadasana and just feel that sort of bounce in the knees as well, and that play and that fun and that flexibility. And we are going to make sure that we're not sinking into our hips and that we are bringing our hips forwards up towards the navel and lengthening our tailbone. And inhaling, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears and rolling them round as you exhale. Allow them to flow down away from your ears, your palms facing forwards, knitting your ribs together and feeling like a pull of a string at the top of your head, this crown, and then pulling upwards, feeling that stretch through the back of your neck. As you arrive on the mat today and just connecting with your breath. And sinking in to this surrender and flow, bringing this balance of energy as we move and cultivate and grow and surrender so we can expand. And then just kind of bring your weight over to your right side, to your right leg, and move your left leg back as we come into Warrior Two. Bending your front leg so your knee is stacked nicely above your ankle, and push into the outer edge of your back foot. Bring your arms nice and level with your shoulders and bring your gaze forwards. Now here I want to remind you that your knee is not being pulled in, that we are pulling almost the bone back into the hip joint and really pushing into that outer back foot. And we also want to make sure we're not twisting too much at the hips and that we're twisting from the ribs and not the hips. And just take a moment here as you start to feel that energy building. And then on an inhale, we're going to lean forwards and we're going to bring our right arm down to the inside of your right foot. Now I'm going to use a block here, so if you need one, please feel free. And your hand is going to come down to the block. You're going to push your bicep into your thigh and your thigh into your bicep. And with your left arm, you're going to bring it up and over, palm facing down above the head. And you want to make sure that we're not sinking or curving here. We are really opening that chest, really pushing in to that back foot and gaze up towards the sky. Just taking a breath, feeling this energy starting to build, this inner power growing within you. And then on an inhale, pushing up, wingman in the arms, coming back into Warrior Two. Gaze forwards. And on every exhale, I want you just to allow yourself to relax a little more and surrender and allow yourself to deepen into your stretch. Connecting with your breath. Finding that relaxed energy through the shoulders, making sure they're pushed away from those ears. And now we're gonna inhale, again coming forwards with your arms, and as we come to put our right hand down, we're gonna bring it to the outside of the foot this time, and we are going to hop our back foot in a little bit until we can find a nice space. So you want to make sure that your wrist and your shoulder are in alignment. We're going to push off of this front foot and lift our back leg up into half moon. So you want to have your foot flexed at the back as if you're pushing against a wall, and then really focus on somewhere to keep your balance, just like you do in tree pose, and then bring your arm up, and again twisting at the ribs and not the hips, really grounding down into that front foot and really pushing back into that invisible wall, feeling that energy and that power cultivating and growing within you, connecting with your breath. And then we're gonna gently take a nice step back, bending that front knee first as we come back into Warrior Two. Just take in just a couple of breaths here now. Again, relaxing at those shoulders, bending in to this pose and making sure that we are pulling into that right hip and pushing down into that left outer foot. Feel that energy really starting to pump through the body, feeling it, feel that power flowing through you, grounding through you. And we're going to windmill the arms down to frame the foot, pivot that back foot, step back into plank. From here we're going to inhale, pushing our feet forwards, exhale down in Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Keep those thighs off the ground. Exhale, rolling over up into downward facing dog. And taking a moment here, feeling the difference in energy as we surrender into this pose. So really grounding through your fingers and the palms, pushing away. Shoulders pushing away from the ears. Hips up towards the sky. You may want to pedal out your feet or just hang out, whatever feels good to you. Connecting back with your breath. Trusting and feeling that energy, surrendering over to the universe, knowing that what we create here today is going to flow through us effortlessly. On the next inhale, I want you to bring your left leg up to the top of the mat. And from here, windmilling and pivoting the back foot, coming into Warrior Two on the other side. Making sure we have that heel alignment with the arch of the back foot. Knees stacked nicely above the ankle, leaning into that space at the front, but also pushing down onto that back edge of the back foot. Arms in a nice line, gaze forwards, relaxing at the shoulders, connecting with the breath. Again, feeling the energy starting to pump and flow through the body here. Making sure our knee, again, is in alignment with our toes pointing forwards, so pulling into that hip and pushing down into that outer edge of the foot at the back. Twisting at the ribs and not the hips, making sure that we are in Warrior Two. Kind of feeling that pull up from the top of our heads as well, making sure we have this beautiful alignment. Tucking the tailbone under. And then we're going to inhale, push forwards, exhale, hand comes to inside of the foot as we lift the right arm up and over, palm facing down, making sure we're not sinking here, pushing in to the thigh, thigh pushing into the biceps, pushing into the outer edge of that foot at the back, and making sure we're twisting from the ribs up to look up to the sky. Feeling your power growing, feeling this energy shift through your body, connecting with your breath. Windmilling those arms back up into warrior two. Connecting with your breath once more. Feeling that power growing more and more. With every exhale, feel yourself leaning into this space, leaning into that bend, sinking a little lower each time. And if you're like me and you start to shake, just allow it to be, trusting in your body. And now this time, inhale, coming forwards and coming to the outer edge of the foot. Again, block it, we're coming up, we're coming further than your foot. So if you need to hop in, you can. Finding that space where you can get a nice alignment of the wrists and the shoulders. And then when you're ready, lifting that, lifting that back leg, coming up, pushing up against that wall behind you. Finding that twist in the ribs as you bring your right arm up towards the sky. Anchoring down into your left leg. Making sure you have a focus that you can keep your gaze on to help you with your balance. And keep pushing into that wall at the back there. Connecting with your breath again. Feeling the energy flowing through you, powering you, energizing you. Allowing creativity and inspiration to flow through you. And then we're going to slowly bend that front leg so we can come down back in to our warrior two once again. You're doing really good. Keep with me here. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Sinking in to this space that we have created for ourselves this morning or this day. Making sure we have that beautiful relaxation through the shoulders. We're not forcing anything. We're allowing the push and pull. One more breath. Inhale, bringing your arms down to frame your foot. Or if you have a doggy, try and find your space. Right, pivoting that back foot, bringing that left foot back to meet, coming into plank, and then on an exhale, down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Feel that burn if you have the burn like I do. As I strengthen my leg muscles. Feel the energy flowing through. But what we've done here is we've created a beautiful power within you. And now as we come into this space, we allow it to surrender so it may grow and expand. One more breath here. Bring your gaze to your hands on an inhale, stepping up or hopping up to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. You may want to just hang out here for a moment, crossing your arms and just finding Beautiful bend. Again, as we surrender and let our energy continue to grow. Inhale, coming up to halfway lift, nice straight back. Exhale, coming back down to forward fold. Inhale, arms come up above our heads, palms meet at the top in prayer position. Hands come down to center, to the heart space. And we're going to breathe here. I want you to focus on the energy that you have created. Focus on that fire, the passion, the energy. Feeling that energy flowing down into the ground and anchoring into this world. Knowing that you have all that you need as you move forwards. And trusting in yourself to be able to surrender and find that balance. Surrendering that masculine, that action taking over so it may grow and expand and cultivate further. Know that you have the ability to do this at any time. And know that as you step off the mat today, moving forwards, you have all that you need. And it's time to trust that you have all that you need. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.